Well, hi there. My name is John Bruss, and I'm starting up a new YouTube channel, so I thought I should probably introduce myself, at least briefly. I am just turning 63 years old and completed a career in electrical engineering, followed by a longer career as a high school and college science teacher, mostly physics and astronomy. So I guess you could say I'm officially retired, but I am now pursuing my boyhood dream of being a truck driver. So that's what I've been doing. Actually, I've been doing that off and on for about a decade. And I'm starting this YouTube channel because, well, it relates to the name of the channel, which is Alaska Nostalgia on the 42nd Parallel. I grew up in Alaska, and we lived off the land for a number of years up there. And I must say, I have nostalgia for Alaska, where I feel like my roots are. I love it there, but now that I have a couple of grandkids, it makes it hard just to pick up and go back to the 62nd parallel, 62 degrees north latitude, and here I am at 42 degrees north latitude, which is a lot further south. Things are a lot different here. Things are actually easier here. So my nostalgia will likely continue. This channel is fundamentally therapy for me. So I don't know if anybody will be interested in seeing the kind of activities I do in my semi-retired life. But I'm planning on making videos, and I already have a few, on things like, well, cutting down trees, cutting up firewood. I love diesel power, working on diesel trucks, working on machines in general. I'm kind of swinging this thing around. I'm not used to taking selfies, but there's my wood pile back there, which you'll see more of. Been adding to that recently. So here's my tiny little wood pile. Probably 20 to 30 cords here, actually. It's one of my favorite things to do is to make this pile bigger. I've got X amount of years of burning here, but I can't help but want more all the time. So I mean, I love the outdoors. I love riding four-wheelers, digging holes with the excavator, cutting firewood, burning firewood in the wood stove that we had growing up in Alaska. We heated with wood, sawed by hand, but now I've got chainsaws. I love my chainsaws and do everything the easy way, I guess you could say. Well, I don't always like that, but that's just the way it kind of goes. There's my diesel truck that I've had for 23 years. Used to race it. The twin turbo Ram truck. Lots of horsepower, but don't look too close or you'll see the effects of entropy on said vehicle. So this channel will be on just a variety of the activities I do. Again, for my own therapy. I don't know if anybody's interested in seeing what my life is about these days, and that's totally fine. I'm going to make the videos anyway, and hopefully do some instructing along the way of things that may be beneficial to people. Expanding my driveway, working on the four-wheelers, pulling logs out of the woods, digging ditches, hauling gravel. I love hauling stuff. It's probably why I'm a truck driver now. My semi's in the shop right now, but that won't be for long. Speaking of truck driving, I got my trailer here right now. The tractor is in the shop. I got an old dump truck, trailers, everything has a purpose. I love having a good chunk of property here. I've got 28 acres in southeastern Wisconsin. That's something I'm very grateful for. Up in Alaska, we could just pretty much go and do whatever we wanted. Didn't really matter where the property boundaries were because there was no buildings or towns just across the way. The further away you go from your cabin, the further you are away from civilization of any sort. And I like low levels of civilization. That's my preference. I love machinery. I like being in the excavator, the tractor, doing stuff to improve the property, having a little freedom. So a lot of what I do is to try and replicate my life in Alaska, which is impossible to do here, especially in this flat country, essentially flat. I miss the mountains and the rivers. We do have a little creek in the back of our yard, so that's pretty cool. It's really nice. But, you know, being a grandpa of two, it's not so easy to just pick up from this life and move to Alaska where we have a little cabin. Because then the grandkids don't get to know you, and that's not an acceptable state of affairs either. So anyways, if it's of interest to anybody, I'll be happy to share a little bit of my life. And like I said, you might learn a few things along the way as I learn them. As for me, I'm going to indulge in my therapeutic activities. And anybody interested, be fun to have you along. See ya.